we're going to be looking at the threat for some patchy frost. So cover those tender plants and bring them inside.
NFL legend Aaron Rodgers made a major announcement today, telling fans this will be his last season. The 42-year-old former Packer signed a one-year deal with the Pittsburgh Steelers on Monday, which will be his 22nd season in the NFL. He says reuniting with head coach Mike McCarthy played a big role in his decision to play on one more year. The two previously won a Super Bowl together right here in Green Bay. The village of Howard is warning neighbors that their utility bills are going up. Officials said sewer and stormwater rates are increasing to cover rising costs and infrastructure upgrades. Those households will pay about $3 to $9 more each month, starting this coming month. It is a sure sign of summer. The farmers market on Broadway returned to Green Bay today, featuring more than 100 local vendors. The Broadway Farmers Market will be held Wednesdays from 3 to 8 now through the end of September. Your Green Bay neighborhood reporter Claire Peterson is out there right now and will bring you an inside look tonight at 6. And speaking of traditions, the Menominee Park train will leave the station this Saturday. As we reported last year, this is a brand new train after the old one became too expensive to maintain. The community helped bring the experience back. And now the trackless train will have its first ride Saturday after the city's ribbon cutting ceremony. All right, now to Oshkosh, where the Grand Opera House is undergoing a major renovation. We take you inside for a peek at what's being done and why supporters of the historic building say the show must go on.
The crown jewel of Oshkosh is getting a major facelift. I'm your Oshkosh neighborhood reporter, Hayden Bailey. The theater's president and CEO spoke with me about what these changes mean for the community.
We have currently a small lounge on the second floor that is going to become a lounge that's big enough to be a performance space as well.
That lounge was made possible through generous community donations.
There is the Verve Lounge that will be programmed independently, and there'll be an outdoor stage just opposite that wall on Opera House Square.
Those new spaces mean a massive boost in production. The Grand plans to tack on an extra 100 days of performances, pushing its yearly total to about 240. If I wanted to support the Grand Opera House here, I could pay a certain sum of money and get my name on a seat?
There'll be opportunities ranging from your name on a seat to your name on the building.
City cash and community donations are fueling the $16 million expansion. That price tag includes buying nearby properties. During construction, UW Oshkosh will serve as the theater's temporary home.
We are trying to make sure that they're comfortable here. They have all the operational and logistical needs met here on the campus.
And this temporary move could pave the way for a long-term partnership.
We are also looking into these factors in the future, if we can have some sort of collaboration.
Because of the Grand's historical significance, all of the work is being done in collaboration with the Wisconsin State Historical Society and the League of Historic American Theaters. The Grand's renovations are expected to conclude in time for the 2027 to 28 season. In Oshkosh, I'm Hayden Bailey with NBC 26.
I'm your Fond du Lac neighborhood reporter, Jack Porter, standing in front of a field which looks to have flowers and weeds, but that's soon to change because it will now become the home of Fond du Lac's first ever women's sober living residence. A sober living residence is a stepping stone for individuals recovering from substance use as they transition back to everyday life. Ellen Beretta is the executive director of the Gratitude Club and says the project's fundraising has been coming along quite nicely. Where do things sit in terms of the fundraising that you guys have been doing?
We started in February of 2025, and we've raised a little bit over $750,000 at this point.
Land was purchased from the city for exactly $1, and organizers are looking ahead to break ground in early July.
Our timeline right now looks to be that we will be finished with the project the beginning of December.
Beretta says that the rent will be below the area's average rent to keep things affordable, and she also says that they're willing to work with anyone dedicated to their recovery, even if they aren't able to pay right away. In Fond du Lac, Jack Porter, NBC 26.
Russian President Vladimir Putin is visiting China today, just days after President Trump's trip. We'll break down the priorities of each leader's trip next.
With more reporters in more neighborhoods across Northeast Wisconsin, this is NBC 26 News.
You're watching NBC 26, part of the Scripps News Group.
Russian President Vladimir Putin is visiting President Xi Jinping in China today, mere days after President Trump's trip. NBC's Janice Mackey-Frayer joins us from Beijing with the latest.
Days after President Trump's pivotal visit to China, the red carpet is rolling out again. Vladimir Putin marking his 25th trip here as Russia's president to show off his close ties to China's leader Xi Jinping. The welcome ceremony may look a bit familiar, the same kind of honor guard and joyful children who greeted President Trump, but waving Russian flags this time. Inside the Great Hall of the People, talks focusing on trade, energy, and the wars in Ukraine and the Middle East. Xi and Putin called for a complete cessation of hostilities in the Middle East and warned it was unacceptable for fighting to resume. Xi also said that hegemony was running rampant in the world. That was a veiled swipe at the U.S. Yet Xi is also courting Trump, whose visit here was rich in optics, even if it dodged major issues. Trump went home without any breakthroughs, though China today confirmed it will buy 200 Boeing jets. Xi and Putin are friends. They're aligned in their views on the West, but their relationship is uneven at best. China is buying Russian energy, and Beijing is an economic lifeline for Moscow. The timing of it all making this a tale of two visits and a balancing act for Beijing. Janice Mackey-Frayer, NBC News, Beijing.
As America prepares to celebrate its 250th birthday, a new Liberty tree was unveiled at Pamprin Park today in Green Bay. Sons of the American Revolution trustee Robert Haglund says the first Liberty tree was planted in Boston, serving as a space to protest taxes from Britain. He says Pamprin Park is symbolic too.
This is a site of the original Fort Howard sawmill, and with the dedication of this tree, we're dedicating it to the workers from then through now.
The Liberty Tree program was launched back in 2023 with a goal to plant 250 trees before this Independence Day. Haglund says, including Pamprin Park, about 50 trees have been planted across Wisconsin so far.
Our normal high is now 69 degrees, and most of us were running a good 5 to 10 degrees below that this afternoon. But we've got some big changes headed our way over the next 7 days. Your forecast is next.
Now, Chief Meteorologist Cameron Moreland, featuring the 3-degree guarantee, sponsored by Habush, Habush & Rotier.
It was another cool day across Northeast Wisconsin, something we've become accustomed to here during the month of May. And right now we've got temperatures that range from the lower 60s to the 50s to the 40s right near Lake Michigan. In fact, we're looking at 47 in Sheboygan, Manitowoc, and also Ephraim. That's a little cool, considering that June is only about a week and a half away. 61 degrees right now in Appleton with partly sunny conditions. It is mostly sunny in Sturgeon Bay. The temperature is 50, but the dew point is 33. So if we had clear skies and calm winds tonight, many of us would be looking at frost, but instead it's going to be more of a patchy frost because there is a system kind of sliding in from the south and west. It is producing some light rain or sprinkles across parts of Iowa and a lot of high clouds, which will kind of stream across the area overnight, and that'll help the frost situation across much of Northeast Wisconsin. Right now, we're looking at temperatures that are in the 50s and 60s across the western Great Lakes, a far cry from the 80s we saw just a few days ago. And once again, we've got frost advisories for part of the NBC 26 viewing area. I think many of us tomorrow morning will dip down into the 30s to around 40. It'll be much colder north of Green Bay, much warmer south. And farther south, it really depends on how thick those clouds are tonight. If we can get a few breaks in the clouds with light winds, there could be some patchy frost in those normally colder locations. So just keep that in mind. Even if you're not under that frost advisory tonight, there is still a chance for some patchy frost. Temperatures tomorrow will get into the upper 50s to around 60, so once again, well below normal. Skycast shows those high clouds continuing to move across the area through the morning and then increasing sunshine by the afternoon. On Friday, high pressure will be in control throughout most of the day, and that means once again a mixture of sunshine and clouds and below normal temperatures with highs only in the 50s to around 60 degrees. But summer is on the way. Unofficial summer begins this weekend. Meteorological summer begins on June 1st, and of course we have astronomical summer, which is the summer on your calendar. That starts on June 21st, but summer weather-wise looks to arrive next week. Temperatures are expected to be above normal for the rest of the month once we get to Sunday or Monday, and it looks like that warmer than normal trend will continue